Hey there, so I'm finally back at the hotel after a day of shooting, and this is about how the working day ends. I am transferring the footage that we saw on the cameras on SD cards to my laptop, which is just behind me, and then I'm also charging the batteries. And for this production, there was something rather special about the charging because I didn't want to bring a lot of chargers. So the only thing that I brought is this USB-C charger. We're using these things. These are third-party batteries for the Canon C80, which I have here. And the cool thing about that type of battery is that you can charge it by USB-C, and when I'm in the field, I can also power my Atomos screen. And then the next thing that I'm doing after I started the charging cycle, I back up the production on these three SanDisk Extreme 4 terabyte SSDs, so we can ensure that the client has a working copy after our mission here, after our production. As some of you may or may not know, we're producing a documentary about the Manila Galleon trade, which means the trade in the 16th and 17th century between the Philippines and New Spain, aka Mexico. And today we've been to the old Spanish quarters of Manila called Intramuros, which was pretty interesting because it really looks like Spain down there. And we've been to the Intramuros Museum where we met JJ, who's an archaeologist, a very knowledgeable young man. And well, it was an incredible interview with him, and it was also quite an impressive visit to the museum. And there in the back, you can see my incredible production partner, Marco, fighting with the reflector, sweating bullets in the Manila humidity and heat. Maybe now it's about time to talk a bit about the equipment and how it worked. Well, you need to understand that here the circumstances are pretty different. Some days we have a 90% air humidity, and it's about like between 28 and 35 degrees Celsius. So it's putting some strain on the equipment. Like, for example, one of the switch batteries unfortunately died, but I hope I'm going to get a replacement. Here you can see me putting up the Kelvin play lights, which actually worked incredibly well considering the fact that we are traveling with about like 25 to 28 kilos of production equipment in comparison to the productions at home, where one light without a stand already weighs like 10 kilos. That was quite a challenge to get kind of same quality, but I guess we achieved it. I'm quite happy with, very happy, not quite, I'm actually very happy with the quality of the interviews we did. The biggest problem was this lens. That is the 24 to 240 Canon RF, which came in super handy because it just helped me to punch in and get an incredible amount of zoom for a relatively lightweight. The only problem is that this lens, in comparison with the 15 to 35 that I have with me, which is that one, is not weather sealed. And that doesn't mean a lot at home, but here it means a lot because there were occasions where I took the camera out of air-conditioned environment, and then the lens fogged from back to end, and well, both of them fogged up, but this one kind of defogs within let's say 2 to 5 minutes, while the other one took about 30 minutes. And there were times I was shooting on top of the roof of the National Museum here in Manila, and it took almost forever. Next time I hope the production can allocate a little bit more budget for the transportation of equipment, because this time we're just bound to the weight limits of the air companies, so there wasn't much I could do about that. But I'm pretty happy that I chose to shoot this with the C80. The C80 was just the right choice with the 6K sensor. It just looks absolutely gorgeous and lovely. And let's say all the processes around the interviews and around the shooting of B-roll were pretty lightweight, especially for our partners here on location. All the scientists, archaeologists, maritime archaeologists, and anthropologists, both local and from abroad. So far, so good. Tomorrow it's going to be more intramuros, and then we're finally slowly heading back home. Sunday evening, our plane leaves for Bangkok. Then it's going to be Bangkok to Munich. Back home soon, and I can't wait to continue with the third chapter of the Manila Galleon trade, which will happen in Europe. See you there.